He watched his best friend die, and after that, he refused to love anyone ever again. Not because he was aggressive, not because he was dangerous, but because he remembered, and the military had no idea what to do with a dog who could not forget. Rex was not just a military dog. He was Sergeant Daniel Hayes' shadow. They trained together in Texas heat. They ran drills in the rain. They learned each other's breathing patterns. Daniel used to say, "He's not my dog, he's my partner." Rex could detect explosives in seconds. He could clear a building faster than a squad. But what made him special was loyalty. On missions, Rex never walked ahead too far. He always looked back to make sure Daniel was there. And Daniel always was, until one day, he wasn't. Dust, smoke, shouting, and silence. When the chaos cleared, Daniel didn't stand up. Rex nudged him once, twice. He waited, but Daniel never moved again. Back at base, Rex stopped responding. He ignored commands, wouldn't eat properly, wouldn't look at his new handler. They tried everything, different trainers, positive reinforcement, soft voices. Nothing worked. He wasn't disobedient. He was grieving. The military labeled him emotionally unstable for reassignment. So they retired him early. A decorated hero, now unwanted. He was relocated to a quiet residential compound owned by a former service member. Safe, fed, alone. That's when Maya noticed him. Every morning at 7:15, she passed the compound gate on her way to work. The first time she saw him, he was sitting perfectly still. Eyes sharp, posture rigid. She smiled. "Good morning, soldier." Rex barked aggressively. She flinched but didn't stop walking. The next day, she waved again. He growled. The third day, she waved anyway. And this became routine. Every morning, "Good morning, soldier." Every morning, bark, growl, warning. But she never skipped a day. One evening, everything shifted. Maya had stayed late at work. It was already getting dark when she drove home. Halfway there, her fuel light blinked. She muttered, "Not now." But the car slowed, then stopped. She was near a quiet stretch of road not far from Rex's compound. She locked the car, grabbed her groceries, and decided to walk. That's when she heard footsteps. First, she ignored it. Then she heard laughter. Low, close. Two men, walking faster. Her chest tightened. She sped up. They sped up. Her heart pounded in her ears. She crossed into the street near Rex's compound. The men were no longer pretending. "Hey, wait!" She ran. They ran. Her grocery bag tore. Oranges rolled across the pavement. She screamed. No one opened a door. Just steps from Rex's gate. She tripped. Her ankle twisted violently. Pain shot through her leg. She couldn't stand. The men were only seconds away. She screamed again. And then, a sound exploded through the night. A bark. Deep, ferocious, commanding. Rex. The gate had been left slightly open. Rex burst through it like a missile. Years of combat training activated instantly. He positioned himself between Maya and the men. Teeth exposed, body rigid. The men froze. They had seen that look before. This wasn't a pet. This was a trained military canine. They ran. Rex chased them down the street, barking with terrifying precision. They disappeared into the dark. Rex returned. Maya was shaking on the ground. She was terrified, not of the men, of him. He stood over her, breathing heavy, silent. She squeezed her eyes shut, but instead of teeth, she felt something soft, a gentle lick on her cheek. One, slow, careful. He sniffed her injured ankle. He understood. She couldn't move. So Rex did something extraordinary. He ran toward her house. He barked outside her gate repeatedly. Neighbors came out. They followed him and found her. Ambulance lights flashed minutes later. She was safe. The next morning, Rex sat quietly at his gate. No barking, no growling, just waiting. Maya approached slowly, ankle wrapped in bandage. She didn't wave this time. She whispered, "Good morning, soldier." Silence. Then, for the first time since Daniel died, Rex lowered his head and let her touch him. If this story touched you, subscribe and drop a heart for Rex, because even the strongest protectors need someone who stays.